about it. Border Patrol agents are particularly attractive to drug traffickers. Remember, they often work on their own, patrolling the border, which, as one journalist points out, is a pretty potent recipe for trouble.
One Border Patrol agent can undo an incredible amount of good that all the other Border Patrol agents do. One Border Patrol agent can wave in tons of drugs. And, you know...
You mean that literally?
I literally, absolutely literally.
Yeah. This is one of the only cases where someone saying a ton of drugs actually means a literal ton of drugs. No, Kevin, you did not do a ton of drugs. You took a Benadryl, you made out with a goldfish, and you passed out with your head in the dishwasher. Pull your life together. And look, let me give you just a taste of the kind of spectacular corruption involved. Take Agent Joel Luna, who it turned out had a brother in the Gulf cartel and who was convicted of engaging in organised crime, with some pretty striking evidence emerging during a house search.
We end up finding a safe, a black safe. We found $89,000 in cash.
Joel Luna's commemorative Border Patrol badge, 1.5 kilos of cocaine, methamphetamine, a gun that's tied directly to the Gulf cartel. It says Gulf cartel on it. It's hard to explain that away. It's hard to explain why your Border Patrol badge is in a safe with cocaine, money, and a cartel pistol.
Yeah, that is really hard to explain. I mean, the best I can do is my badge had a drug problem that it couldn't bear to tell me about, so finally it decided to shoot itself with a gun that we found on a case, planning to die surrounded by its money because its views on death resembled those of ancient Egyptians. But even then, we are talking about a sentient police badge with an interest in Egyptology, so you're already banking on a pretty large suspension of disbelief there. Oh, and you should know, Luna was hired during the last recruitment search. And CBP will tell you what they told us, that while some agents did displace the badge with corruption, the vast majority did not, although it is worth knowing that Tom Sheff, as the Internal Affairs guy, believes the problem is much bigger than they imply.
Mr. Luna is not one bad apple. He is part of a rate of corruption that exceeded that of any other U.S. federal law enforcement agency.
OK, so it's less one bad apple than, oh my God, that is a lot of bad apples. Which, by the way, should really be the marketing theme for Red Delicious Apples. Red Delicious Apples. Well, at least we got the red part right. And it gets even worse, because remember, these agents have guns, and some have made very bad decisions. And you may have seen coverage of some of the tragic incidents.
In a string of shootings by the Border Patrol that have stirred up emotions at the border, there's one case in particular that has become a rallying cry for justice. The shooting of a 16-year-old boy named Jose Antonio Elena Rodriguez.
They say their agents were threatened by somebody throwing rocks on this side of the fence. But standing here, the first thing you ask yourself is, could a 16-year-old boy really threaten somebody standing on top of what's at least a 20-foot cliff and on the other side of that fence?
I mean, yeah, that does seem pretty unlikely. And to explain why, tune in next week when our main story will be gravity, arch nemesis to the concept of up. Now, so you know, that case is still in the courts, and agents can sometimes feel threatened by rock throwers. But it is worth pointing out that a report which looked at 25 cases where Border Patrol agents shot people who'd thrown rocks concluded that too many cases do not appear to meet the test of objective reasonableness with regard to the use of deadly force, which I believe is kind of law enforcement legalese for holy shit, you